Hey guys, Marsinger here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so today we are going to do the team building guide for the Extreme Z battle for LR, Trunks and MAI, releasing on Global tomorrow or later tonight, depending on your time zone, I guess. The reason why I'm doing this one second is because Trunks and MAI themselves are not really very useful in the Goku Black and Zamasu EZA. But they are actually useful in this one, so I would definitely go ahead and do the Goku Black and Zamasu one first, because then they'll be useful in this event. So it's another LR EZA, 10 stages, 3 stones per stage for 30 stones total. You obviously get the medals, you get the Kais to get them up to SA 25, get some orbs as well, and then there's a mission to beat stage 7, so you get 33 stones in total. With all LR EZAs, legendary power link being activated allows you to do way more damage, and then the specialized category is determines which units will take like less damage, right? So the category for Trunks and MAI is worldwide chaos. So non-worldwide chaos units, especially as you get towards the end, will start to take quite a lot of damage. So ideally you do want to build a full worldwide chaos team, and then the more LRs you have on the team the better for getting that legendary power link active and doing extra damage. Now it is possible, I mentioned it in the other guide as well, but there have been LR EZAs in the past that I have beaten with a full team of TURs, so no legendary power link active at all, and it is still possible. The fights just take longer because you don't have any characters doing the bonus extra damage, so it certainly is possible even if you're missing some of the LRs. Now, worldwide chaos is a much smaller category than some others, so this one potentially could be a little bit difficult. I think the difficulty of this one is a little bit lower than some of the other ones, but as always with my team building guides, we'll go through my top picks and honourable mentions. If there's any units you think I missed out or that I should have talked more about at the end, do let me know down below in the comment section. And if you do find the guide helpful at all, do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So, jumping straight in, just like with the Rose and Zamasu and Vegeta and Trunks situation, very commonly Dokkan wants you to use the newest unit to lead up these EZAs. So of course LR Zamasu does lead worldwide chaos, or Patara, for 4 key and HP attack and defense 150. So if you did pull him, he's obviously going to be a very solid leader for the team. Even if you didn't pull him, he's obviously going to be very, very good on the team anyway, right? Very powerful unit, gets a guaranteed additional 12 key super if you get his 18 key super. He's got damage reduction, can give you a bit of healing as well. He's just a very, very good character. So even if you're not using him as the leader, he's obviously an auto include on the team if you do have him. So the actual full 170 worldwide chaos lead is of course the tech androids. They can be very good in EZAs as well because of their active skill ability, which acts as a ghost usher for 1 turn. Because remember, Trunks and MAI, even though technically it's 2 characters, it is just 1 enemy because it's the 1 card that is Trunks and MAI. So you're able to use the android's active skill straight away, which means you can basically just cancel out the first turn, and then depending on the rotation that you've got in the early phases, you're just going to be able to win potentially without ever even taking a hit. So the only unfortunate thing is on worldwide chaos, the androids do feel a little bit out of place. You'll see with a lot of the units that we're going to talk about, there are really 2 major factions for like building a team, and that is the Goku Black and Zamasu characters and then Cell characters. And then there are a couple of good Buu characters as well, but there's not really a huge amount of androids. The tech androids would kind of be the odd ones out, but they are giving the full 170 lead, and they do have the Ghost Usher, so I do think they are worth using as the leader. I guess you could, in theory, get through the event a bit quicker if you're using double tech android leads and then a bunch of really powerful LRs, because you're getting that slightly higher leader skill bonus. And then obviously, like I say, the Ghost Usher, very, very useful. So in terms of other options for leaders, there are quite a few. STR Rose, who's very good in the event anyway, right? So even if you're not running him as a leader, he should be an auto include on the team. But as a leader, he gives extreme allies 4 key and 140 as long as you have all 5 typings on the team, which There are obviously ways to do that for Worldwide Chaos. There's not a ton of really good physical units, and ideally you don't want to bring a lot of physical units anyway, right? Because they got type disadvantage. But this guy could definitely be a good stand-in leader if you need one. And then, like I said, even if you're not using him as the leader, you absolutely want him on the team, right? Supporting the other units, especially if you are bringing a majority Goku Black and Zamasu unit team, then he's obviously going to be very, very good. There is also the AGL Zamasu. Bit outdated now, but when it comes to an EZA, perfectly usable. If you want to run that full Zamasu and Goku Black build, then obviously he has Realm of Gods as a leader skill. But if you want to throw some other characters in there as well, he does have Extreme Class 120 as a sub-lead, so he definitely can be a good stand-in leader. He'll work well enough in this event, having type advantage, having that little bit of damage reduction, and you know, he's going to share a lot of links. As soon as he transforms up to Fusion Zamasu, he's obviously a super good link partner for the other Zamasu, like the LR, the different Goku Blacks, because he has big bad bosses. So this guy definitely could be very good. I might even run him on the team, even not as the leader for my team, because I do think he will be very good for the links and everything. You just bear in mind, of course, with every TUR you bring, you lessen the chance of getting the legendary power link active, but as already said, that's not necessary to complete the event, so definitely very good. This guy could be a kind of last resort leader. I probably wouldn't bring him into the event otherwise, but Time Traveler's 100%. That does cover the Goku Black and Zamasu units, as well as some of the Cell, or most of the Cell units. So this guy could be a good stand-in leader as well. And then last but not least, we also have AGL Rose. Because remember, you can't use same name units in an EZA. So obviously you're going to want to run the STR one over this guy. But if you're really struggling for a choice of leader, and you can't make a team with one unit of each type to use STR Rose as the leader, then this guy could fill in as a last resort for 4 key and 80%. Even if you're using one of the better leaders, obviously I would say you want to use STR Rose over this guy, but if you don't have him, then obviously this guy will still be able to work well. Supports, has type advantage, so he'll still be decent in the event, but obviously STR Rose just kind of has him beat hands down in pretty much every category. So STR Rose, definitely the one ideally that you want to bring out of the two. Very good for the support. Obviously he's not going to get the finishing blow, because you're just, you know, it's one fall to a finish and then you're done, but he's definitely going to be very, very good. Next up we have the LR, Rose and Zamasu. So like I mentioned at the beginning, both of these EZAs drop at the same time, and Trunks and MAI are not really useful in these guys' EZA. So you should do this EZA first, and then once these guys are fully EZA, bring them on the team for this EZA. And then they are going to be very, very good. Very good slot 1 defensive unit for the early turns, and then that allows you to put units like the in LR Zamasu or like in LR Goku Black next to them to then get off big damage, get that legendary power link active. So I definitely recommend doing the EZA for these guys first, and then putting them on the team to do the Trunks and MAI EZA. And then we mentioned him just then briefly in Goku Black. He's aged a little bit, but he's a good, very hard-hitting LR. Obviously, considering the main goal here is to try and get some LRs on the team to get that legendary power link, he will be very, very good on the team as well. Recovers a little bit of HP at the end of the turn, which is always nice for EZAs when you can't use items. He's greatly raising defense on both of his super attacks, so he can easily hold his own while being able to do some very solid damage as well. And then of course we have some base Goku Blacks. We have the AGL one that was the banner unit for Vegeta and Trunks. He's going to be supporting the whole team. He has type advantage. He's just a very solid unit to bring for this particular event. We also have the World Tournament one, because again you can't use both, so the AGL one would be better, but this guy can obviously fill in if you don't have the AGL one, just to give that little bit of extra support and to round out like making that full Zamasu or Goku Black team. Last but not least, actually, there is the Int Zamasu. I guess there is the STR one as well, who got his EZA a little while ago, but his EZA was super forgettable. I'm really hoping this guy gets a good one when he gets his EZA, because He does supreme damage, but he heals on super, and then he has damage reduction, and then that's basically it, right? Because obviously being an older unit, he doesn't have like a ton of start of turn attack and defense, but he could be pretty useful on the team as that final slot filler, give you a little bit of healing. He's not one of the, obviously because he's not transformed or fused zamasu, he doesn't have big bad bosses, so he's not like the best unit that's going to hold the team together with links or support or anything, but you know, he fits the bill if you need that last unit to put on the team. So next up we have AGL Cell. So we're going to talk about the Cell units a little bit. This guy obviously would be a good pick for the lead if you want to run a full team of Cell units. They're all going to be getting the 200% leader skill. Obviously you can also have the tech androids on there as well. Like these guys are going to work very, very nicely together. So AGL Cell, definitely a good way to go. I mean, you could run him on a team. Like, you don't have to do full Goku Black and Zamasu team or full Cell team. You obviously can mix and match, but you do want to optimize links as much as possible. So you don't want to just bring one Cell, even though this guy is very, very good and will be very good in the event. So you're not going to get to see a lot of transformations with him because the EZA is obviously not going to be particularly long. But this guy is a very solid unit. You should get to second form at least, and then chances are you're not going to get much further than that. But definitely a solid unit and good for this event. Then we have the Int LR Cell. A bit outdated at this point, but he's always been kind of clutch for that heal when you drop below 30% HP. So he can be decent on the team, right? Because again, we do want to try and bring LRs if possible to get legendary power. And then you put him next to this guy, who with his EZA is very good. One of the few physical units that I recommend for this event. And if you are running like the Cell units, then obviously he's going to be very powerful in this event. Could still get taken out by a super in the later stages, but obviously he is going to be solid if you are running the Cells. I mean, you don't have a lot of LRs to choose from if you want to run a full Cell build, but he can definitely be pretty good. Then we've got this second form Cell, who's solid enough to hold his own, provides a decent amount of support for the Android/Cell Saga characters, so he's definitely very good. Got big bad bosses as well. A lot of these Cell units, like this guy on the team, floating to support the other Cell units, even if he's coming onto rotation with like the Goku Blacks and stuff. Having big bad bosses, fierce battle, obviously going to be at least a little bit useful. Some of them have Nightmare as well, so not the worst. Then we have the Tech Cell from the World Tournament. He's just another good support unit. He supports all extreme class allies, so he's another one that fits well on the team if you are doing a mix of the two different sets of units. And then of course I did briefly mention a couple of Majin Buu units. The main one really is Kid Buu, because Kid Buu is a very good, very powerful unit. Needs some time to build up, but always gets that guaranteed attack, even if it's not a super. So he can build up pretty quickly. He can be a very solid unit. You're not going to get to use his active skill, realistically, because there's no Majin Buu Saga enemy, and chances of him being hit 6 times in the short space of the EZA, not very likely, but if you do get it off, that just makes him even more crazy. And then you need someone, obviously, to run him with, realistically. So the physical Buu tanks, again, one of the few other physical units that we'll mention for this video, really only because he's an LR. Like, he can link up nicely with Kid Buu, and then you could have another LR in slot 3, like if you're floating like Int Goku Black or Tech Goku Black or Zamasu, the STR, like Zamasu in Goku's body. They're not going to share a lot of links, but they're going to activate legendary power, which then means this Buu next to Kid Buu, and then an LR next to him to actually get legendary power active, then it means he's actually going to be doing some pretty decent damage. So this guy is a solid pick if you're running Kid Buu, otherwise I probably wouldn't bring him on the team. So going back to Worldwide Chaos, I guess you could use Prime Battle Cell as well if we're going for the Cell units. Demon King Piccolo, I mean, Trunks and Mai aren't a Dragon Ball Seeker, so he doesn't get the instant transformation, so I don't think he's really a top pick for the team. Buu Piccolo doesn't really support a lot of the characters that you would bring, but he is an AGL unit with built-in dodge, so he could be pretty good. Obviously, if you want to run a Buu team, you could run this guy or the Buu tanks as the lead, but a lot of these other Buu units are not going to be super useful. I mean, you can make a full TURs team out of Buus, and it would be possible to do the event, I just don't think it's the best way of doing it. So, as you can see, Worldwide Chaos, not the biggest category, not the hugest amount of options. So, let me know what you guys think down below. Like I said at the beginning, any units you think I missed out or should I have talked more about, mention them down below in the comments and let me know what your team build is going to look like for the Trunks and MAI EZA. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.